Oh, this is a story about a guy named Al, and he lived in a sewer with his hamster pal, but the sanitation workers really didn't approve, so he packed up his accordion and had to move.
Weird Al Yankovic, whose full name is Alfred Matthew Yankovic, is an American singer, songwriter, musician, comedian, and satirist. Weird Al has had a successful career spanning several decades and is considered a pioneer of comedic music. However, there is no doubt that in the 1980s, he was the king of musical comedy. Weird Al was born on October 23, 1959 in Downey, California. He grew up in a family of Yugoslavian descent. From a young age, he showed a passion for music and comedy. He attended Linwood High School, where he demonstrated his musical talents by playing in the school's marching band and creating homemade recordings. As he continued to practice music, he would get involved with Dr. Demento, whose real name is Barry Hansen.
For folks who may not have heard of you or the radio show, what kind of things do you do on it?
I play demented music. Spike Jones, Monty Python, Frank Zappa, Weird Al Yankovic.
Dr. Demento began his radio career in the late 1960s while he was still a graduate student at UCLA. He started hosting a radio show called The Dr. Demento Show, which initially aired on college radio station KPPC-FM. Some of the songs that were featured on his show would include classics such as Fish Heads and 2 triple cheese side order of fries.
I took a fish head out to see a movie. Didn't have to pay to get it in.
Fish heads, roly poly fish heads, fish heads, fish heads, eat them up, yum.
I can feel the grease dripping down my thighs. 2 triple cheese side order of fries. 2 triple cheese side order of fries. 2 triple cheese side order of fries. 2 triple cheese side order of fries.
The show slowly gained popularity and eventually expanded to commercial radio. However, one of Dr. Demento's significant contributions to popular culture was his role in launching the career of Weird Al Yankovic in 1976. Dr. Demento played Yankovic's homemade recording of Belvedere Cruisin' on his show, marking the beginning of their collaboration.
No, I don't think that I could bear find something other than a Belvedere. In a Belvedere, I could really get my thrills. Go a Belvedere cruising tonight.
And how that came about was that Dr. Demento spoke at Yankovic's school, where Yankovic gave a self-recorded tape of the comedy song and parodies to Hansen.
Alfred was our school valedictorian.
I was so proud of that deal, far better than I ever done, I'll tell you.
If we want a better future, changes are imperative, and it is up to every one of us to assume the responsibility of change.
And Belvedere Cruisin' was the first song, and it was about the family station wagon, and it was featured on his show. Dr. Demento continued to support and promote Yankovic's work throughout his career, helping him gain exposure and recognition. Then My Bologna came in 1979, introducing us to Weird Al, and introducing Weird Al to the 1980s.
Ooh, a little hungry one, open up a package of my bologna. Ooh, I think the toast is done.
After the attention garnered from Dr. Demento and My Bologna, the 1980s gave us his debut album Weird Al Yankovic in 1983, which included the popular parody song Ricky, which was a spoof of Tony Basil's Mickey, as well as the already known My Bologna.
I'm sick of Fred and Ethel always coming over here, 'cause Fred eats all our pretzel sticks and then he spills his beer. Why don't you serve your casserole and make them disappear, Lucy?
Oh, Ricky, what's a girl like me supposed to do?
This album showcased his talent for creating humorous lyrics set to familiar melodies. Not only were they funny, but Weird Al legitimately had talent, a good voice, good writing, and the accordion. That's right, what doesn't say 1980s pop rock more than the accordion? continuing to make his own rules, he would be a polka king. Not the polka king.
Gus Polinski. How are you? Polka king of the Midwest.
But he is known for those polka melodies where he takes that accordion and takes popular songs from various genres and rearranges them into a lively polka style.
Maybe what's your advice also?
My advice?
If one of these guys wanted
That's
to try.
a good question. You know, if I would recommend taking accordion lessons. You should all start taking accordion lessons because it's the wave of the future. Yes, sir.
These melodies are a reoccurring feature on many of his albums, and they are so good and so pure. Let's talk about his hits. Throughout his career, Weird Al has released numerous hit songs and parodies. Some of the most famous parodies from the 1980s include Eat It, which is a parody of Michael Jackson's Beat It.
Now if you starve to death, you'll just have yourself to blame. So eat it, just eat it.
Like a Surgeon, a parody of Madonna's Like a Virgin.
Hey, like a surgeon. Getting for the very first time.
And later, Amish Paradise, which is a parody of Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise.
A churn butter once or twice, living in an Amish paradise.
Arguably one of the biggest productions of a video would be Fat, a parody of Michael Jackson's Bad. It was filmed in the same parking garage as the original video and used special effects and the production quality matching Michael Jackson's original.
Your butt is wide, well mine is too. Just watch your mouth, or I'll sit on you.
And he has been recognized for his work. Weird Al has been nominated and won several Grammy Awards throughout his career. He has received 4 Grammy Awards for Best Comedy Album with his albums Poodle Hat, Mandatory Fun, Apocalypse, and Squeezebox, the complete works of Weird Al Yankovic, all of them receiving that prestigious honor. Weird Al also does original songs. In an interview, he told Polygon that it was a struggle throughout my entire career to get recognition for my original musical work. To this day, even after 40 years, I have people saying, "Oh, Al writes original music?" Half my albums are comprised of original songs. He goes on to say that I'm not ashamed of doing parodies, but the originals thing has always gnawed at me a little bit because it's been a constant fight to make people even aware of that. Out of his originals, one of my favorites was Melanie from the 1988 album Even Worse.
She lived across the street on the 15th floor of the Galemore building. I saw her in the shadow.
Others would include Dare to Be Stupid, The Biggest Ball of Twine in Minnesota, and Hardware Store. Weird Al has also made appearances in various films and television shows, both as himself and in acting roles. He starred in the cult classic film UHF in 1989, which he co-wrote and served as an executive producer.
Hey kids, where do you want to go? That's right, to Uncle Nutsy's clubhouse. And boy, oh boy, are we gonna have big fun today. We're gonna have so much fun. We'll forget about how miserable we are and how much life sucks. And how we're all gonna grow old and die someday.
I want to go home.
Shut up, you little weasel!
He has also appeared as a guest on numerous TV shows including The Simpsons, Tim and Eric Awesome Show, Great Job, and Comedy Bang Bang. And you may also remember Al TV.
Al here. Yeah, I know, it's been a long time since my last special. And I know that since then, most of you have been wandering aimlessly through the streets without any kind of purpose or direction in life, just crawling along the gutter, soiling your pants and drooling all over yourself.
Although Al, can I call you Al?
I can call you Betty. Betty, when you call me, you can call me Al.
Although not required for parody or satires, Al tries to obtain permission from the artist.
The butt.
Yeah. Well, and you check with the artist too. You have conversations with them and say, hey, what do you think? I'm thinking about parodying your song.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily have to legally, but that's one of the reasons I think I've been able to hang around as long as I have, is I don't burn bridges and I want to make sure they're in on the joke.
Has anyone ever said no?
Everybody asks that. The only person that's really consistently said no has been Prince.
However, there has been a few times where there was some minor mix-ups. For example, Coolio's reaction to Amish Paradise in 1996. Coolio claimed that he had not given permission for the parody, although later statements clarify that there was just a miscommunication between the artist's representatives and the misunderstanding was resolved, and Coolio and Weird Al have since made amends. And the same thing would happen with Lady Gaga with Born This Way. Weird Al wrote a parody of that song called Perform This Way. Initially, there were some reports that Lady Gaga had denied him permission to release the parody, causing some controversy. However, once again it turned out to be a miscommunication, and Lady Gaga later clarified that she had not denied him permission. The parody was released, and Weird Al donated the proceeds from its sales to charity. And then again in 2014 with Iggy Azalea's Fancy, Weird Al recorded a parody called Handy. However, the release of the parody was initially postponed because Iggy Azalea's management denied him permission. Eventually, after discussions between the parties, permission was granted, and the parody was included on Weird Al's album Mandatory Fun. Seeing Weird Al live is a spectacle. Weird Al is known for his energetic and entertaining live performances. He frequently tours and has performed in many countries around the world. His concerts feature costume changes, elaborate set designs, and video screens displaying humorous content to complement the songs.
Yeah, it's a party in the CIA. Yeah, it's a party in the CIA.
And in 2014, there was a petition calling for Weird Al Yankovic to perform at the halftime show of the Super Bowl. This petition gained significant attention and garnered over 100,000 signatures. Fans of Weird Al saw it as an opportunity to showcase his talent and humor on one of the biggest stages in the American entertainment industry. Although the petition garnered lots of support, Weird Al did not actively campaign for the Super Bowl performance. However, he did express his gratitude for the fans' initiative and support they showed him. Ultimately, the honor of performing at the Super Bowl would go to Katy Perry that year, who delivered a highly regarded performance. Nevertheless, the petition for Weird Al Yankovic's Super Bowl performance highlighted his widespread popularity and the desire of his fans to see him showcased on such a grand stage.
The Super Bowl was this week, and there was this petition going out that they wanted you to play the halftime instead of Katy Perry. Katy Perry, I think, did a very good job.
She did great.
And Missy Elliott was awesome. But I want to know if you ever got to play the Super Bowl. What would your show be like?
I was the shark on the left in Katy Perry show. I don't know if not many people know that.
You did a great job.
I was wearing the costume, and I got the moves down, and I thought, people wanted to see me at the Super Bowl. Let's throw them a bone. Why not? This is all very conjectural, of course, but I would think that I would do some kind of duets with the artists who I've lampooned over the years. That kind of thing.
How awesome would that be?
I foresee thousands of dancing Amish people.
And Coolio. You and
Coolio coming on wires.
Are you and Coolio cool now?
Yeah, I think we're cool now.
And I would still love to see that happen. It is well deserved for sure. Weird Al has left a lasting impact on the comedy and music industry. His unique blend of humor, talent, and parody has entertained audiences for decades, and he continues to be beloved. Later, he would go on to make some amazing works. Two I would like to highlight are Word Crimes
If you don't know how to conjugate, maybe you flunked that class, and maybe now you find that people mock you online.
and Trapped in the Drive-Thru. Although Trapped in the Drive-Thru is pretty long, it's quite a journey if you're willing to take it. Although we could not cover all his amazing 80s songs and the ones beyond, here are the ones that stand out in my opinion. These songs were released on various albums including Weird Al Yankovic, In 3D, Dare to Be Stupid, and Even Worse. Weird Al's career took off in the 1980s and many of these songs became popular parodies that helped establish his unique comedic style. So are you a fan of Weird Al? And which songs did I miss? Let me know. A like and subscribe is always appreciated, and if you want to help support our channel, you can click on that Amazon link and just shop as normal. Thanks everyone.